Hello once again. When last we left off, I thought about taking on these guys. However, I think it might be smarter if I waited just a little bit more. I just don't think I'm exactly strong enough with all that, and with my current level and all that stuff, I don't think I'll have enough survivability. And I'd hate to have to restart after doing something so blatantly stupid. But with that said, for now, I think we're finished with Junktown. I think the next mission in life is to go down south. And, actually, is there... Can I buy from the doctor here? No. But it's fine. I'm not too worried about it. I think the next thing in our goal is to actually head down south. I know last time we picked up dog meat, who I think we can now see his name. No. Right. Hold on. I know I could talk to him. No. Sorry. Normally I wouldn't take dog meat because he's kind of annoying, but I wanted to get the experience for helping him out. Now we're going to go, last but not least, head towards the hub. We have about 120 days left until we have to get the water chip to the vault. So here we are. Actually, so 118 days. There are a few things to do here. Again, if I had high steel, you can like pickpocket these guards, take their guns and stuff, and sell them. Actually, these guys have a bunch of ammunition and things like that. Or is it these guys? I think they both do. Generally. But, and here we are at the market, which actually I'm going to wait till 8. There we go. So yeah. We're gonna open this door. How may I help you today? I would like to buy something. Great. Here's what I have. This guy is more medical stuff. He also has a Radaway caps, skill books that raise skills permanently, motion sensor, mentats, Geiger counter, and a ton of stim packs. What I'm going to be looking for is just make sure things are unloaded. I just so used to unloading things because it's easier to stack things that you already have. I'm going to try to get a lot of stim packs. I don't think I can get all of them, but that'll be fine. I'm not like too worried. So I can get a ton of stim packs, but I might put them, might get rid of 10 in exchange, get a Radaway. Can I get 2 Radaway? I could. Does he sell rope? He does. I'm gonna need this for a area later. And then last but not least, let's see how many stim packs I can grab. About so. And then I can get 27 caps, I do believe. No, I can get a little bit more. I can get 5 more. There we go. That's an even value. Now I should be well sorted on healing supplies, although I probably still need a bit more. The next thing is I am going to head south here. And this is the general water merchants. What's really useful, and it's very sketchy at times, so I won't lie. Caravan driver. This lady, I do believe, she, so her voice line is, I don't care what they say, we need new parts. Oh yes, sorry, what can I do for you? Do you have a water chip? Water chip, Oh, those old vaults purifying controlling chips. Well, I'm sure I speak for the entire town when I say you won't find one here. Without the proper equipment, they're worthless. Only a vault, or maybe Necropolis, would have any use for one. Why do you ask? Necropolis? Why would they need one? Not well, it's just a guess, really. We tried to start a caravan route to Necropolis once, but they refused to trade with us. Nobody in their right mind refuses water these days unless they have a reliable supply. I figured they must have their own purifier, or they would have died out a long time ago. So are you looking to have us go up to your vault? Yes, how much is it going to cost me? Well, it is quite a distant way. 2,000 caps should cover the initial caravan, and I'm sure your vault will have stuff to trade to keep us going for a while. However, with our current reserves, I'm guessing that we will only keep your vault going for an extra 100 days or so. I don't know if I have enough speech, but I'm going to try to get it 50% off. Sorry. Okay, here's the money. Okay, I can start sending the caravan up to your vault today. Now, you ought to know the caravans are pretty visible across going across the desert. So sending the caravan out that way is going to paint a pretty picture for anyone that might be looking for your vault. Are you sure? Are you still sure you want them to send that way? Yes, the vault needs water. Okay, they'll start off in a few hours. I do believe not only do they get extra 200 days, which lets me be a little bit more lenient. I do believe there's a hidden timer inside the... Well, let me get a little quiet. Sometimes this game can be a little loud. I didn't realize it was being too loud. But yeah, so there's like a second timer after the initial timer. It was stated to be removed. However, due to the events in like 1.2 and Bethesda updating it, they made it removed. So I don't know if that triggers the 500 days or 13 years. This would be a very, very cool thing to do. However, I don't know if I'm capable of doing so. However, for those who have played Fallout 3 and went to Oasis, this man is someone you'll recognize.
Spare change, old friend, old pal? Can you help a poor mutant down on his luck?
Yes. Oh yeah, here's 25 caps. Good luck to you.
Kind of you, friend. Very kind. You know, if I could clear the gunk out of there, you just might find a tear in old Harold's eye.
Why is that?
Rest of the hubber's been picking on me like a bad booger since I came back to town. I can't leave, though. When the deals are done, it's still my home.
What happened to you?
Well, after the Great War, my vault was one of the first to open. Phew, long time.
Tell me more about those days.
All started with the sirens. I was young, but oh, I do remember that. A lot of terrible years followed, and I remember walking out of the vault late one morning.
Where was your vault located?
You know, I'm not real sure anymore. West, I think. Wait, east? Oh, I don't know.
What did you do then?
Well, I was a trader. Did pretty good making a circuit between survivors. Lost a lot of good people, though.
How?
Gangers got 'em. Scavengers attacking the caravans, and mutant son of a dog if they weren't springing up like rabbits with a mission. Had to have an army of guards with just to do a deal.
Didn't the guards help?
Of course they helped, you bonehead. Just too damn many to handle.
How did you survive the mutants' attacks?
Got killed. Love that joke.
Yeah.
We mounted an expedition. God, Richard Gray led a small group of us up there.
Richard Gray?
Richard Gray was a doctor. A little older than me, and Fran was smart. He found the source.
And what was that?
Some sort of old military base. We lost lost a lot of folks getting in there.
How do you know this base was the
Because
cause?
it was like someone went bargain shopping at Mutant Land. Phew, cheaper by the dozens. Can't figure any other reason except that being the factory.
Did you examine the base closely?
We got pretty far inside. Wasn't a lot of us left by then. Gray, me, and a couple of others.
And
One
then?
of them robots got Francine. Mark was wounded. Sent him back to the surface. Then it was just me and Gray.
Whatever happened to Mark?
To this day, I don't know. He never made it back here, and, well, I couldn't face the wasteland again, so I never looked.
And what about you and Gray?
We made it to some sort of central core, like a plant of some sort. That's when it happened.
What?
A robot crane crashed into us. Last I saw Gray, he was flying through the air and into some sort of acid bath. I was in bad shape and, well, I passed out.
And you never saw Gray again?
You idiot! I just said I never saw him again, didn't I?
And-
Well, I have no idea. Woke up in the wasteland, barely hanging on. Got lucky, and some traders I knew found me days later. Good thing, since I was already changing. They brought me here, and here I've been since.
How did you mutate?
All I know is it was something inside that base.
Do you think it could have been radiation?
How the hell should I know? Gray would have known if anybody could. Anyway, that's how the deal went down.
Thanks for the story.
Thanks for letting me tell it.
Yeah. That is Harold. From a little bit of lore standpoint, he, when he was, not a mutant, which that's a big difference. He's technically a failed mutant, not a ghoul. But him and Richard Gray traveled to an area called traveled to this military base, and that is where he found first signs of FEV virus, which turned him into what you see today. Actually, I probably should make this a little bit more quiet, make sound effects more quiet, and probably the music. Actually, the sound effects are probably fine. Sorry, I'm just doing a little post or mid-episode editing. I do believe I should have the location of Necropolis. There are some things I can do here, but I don't think I'm strong enough for all but one, and that one's very risky. So I kind of want to get a little bit more experience under my belt. And the best way to do that is to go to the Necropolis. Oop. A partially eaten corpse. Doesn't look like he has anything. Interesting. Anyways. Oh? Oh, rats. I'm not worried about rats. I can't believe I missed a punch. But it's fine. Yep, so 100 experience. That adds to the total. Hopefully I actually unarmed. Okay. You approach a dark and broken city. Little life can be seen. A stench of death surrounds the area. Something interesting. These are ghouls. They are relatively peaceful. You have nothing to really worry about. They shouldn't be as hostile. Oh. They don't normally start a fight, I should say. But it's fine. I think they're all gonna crowd me. Yep. They shouldn't necessarily have anything, but it's fine. Dog meat miss. There we go. Yeah. That's fine, I'll just read my AC. One thing to note, ghouls are, in this game, they're more like zombies. They never really got more of a purpose until Fallout, like, 2, 3. So I could probably grind on them to get a little bit of experience, but I think I'm going to try not to kill as many as I can. You see dead bodies. If I'm aware, if I'm familiar, you have nothing to fear from us. See, these guys are like, you know, more not harmful. Thank you for not shooting first. Can I help you with anything? Yes, I'm looking for water. The surface of an necropolis and the water is controlled by Set and his ghouls. We are a much more peaceful group, which discussed Set. Well, I wouldn't, no. Who is this Set? Set is a ghoul like us, but has assumed a certain amount of power in above ground world. He is an oaf. Why does he let you survive down here? He does not speak of it. However, Set is afraid of not having enough people to defend Necropolis. If it's ever needed it, he gives us what water we need. Where does all of this water come from? Up until recently, we pumped our water from the ground with a pump in the watershed. Until recently, what happened that changed things? Lately, I have heard rumors that someone has taken over the control of the watershed. However, our rations are still being delivered for some reason. How do I get to the watershed? The watershed is to the north. You'll need to take the sewers to get there. Thanks. You aren't thinking of taking the water chip from us, are you? Me? No, I would never do such a thing. I'm just going to see how it all works. I do not think that I believe you. Well, I am sorry. I did not mean to deceive you. What is wrong with taking the water chip? If you take the water chip from us, then we will all die. With our water pump broken, we need it to survive. Is it possible that your pump could be fixed? That may be difficult. The parts needed to fix the pump were lost in the sewers under the watershed. Why is it so difficult? The sewers there are filled with monsters, and none of my people that I have sent to retrieve them have come back. Are you willing to retrieve the parts so that the water pump can be fixed? Since you guys are... Yes. Thank you. When you get the parts returned here, it is possible that I can help you further. Okay, I'll be on my way. I do believe it's over here. Yes. Cool. I do believe this school has it. But it's fine, I'll go loot all the ghouls. So what's stopping them... Oops. Using the wrong item. From getting this are basically 2 mole rats. But they're a little bit tougher because they're greater rats. I'm gonna make a little bit of a longer video this time because I want to finish at least getting the parts I need. No dog meat taking his sweet time. Punch. Oh, one less AP. Okay. Can I? Oh, I guess I cannot. It looks like I have to fight that rat, or the mole rat. Hmm. Hopefully it doesn't hurt me too bad. Cool. I think the second mole rat will come after me. No, okay. He doesn't have the heart, no. I also know you could sneak past this. If you really wanted to. Oop. It always sucks when you fall. You lose 3 action points to stand back up. But other than that, it's actually quite alright. Well, there goes combat. And I do believe it's... Is it not this cool? I'm gonna go loot the thing. A plasma pistol. That's actually really nice to find. Who has it? Or is it... Oh, no. Is it... This might be difficult. Oh well. I'll see what I can do. But with that being said, this will be the end of this episode, and I'll see you next time.